This broadcast is a presentation of Wcxo Sports. Wcxo Sports. Since 1999, the sports voice of the Carlisle Indians, the Central Cougars, the Mater Dei Knights, and the Westland Warriors presents Talkin Sports on Max 96.7. Talkin Sports is powered by Wcxo Elevator in Centralia. See Wcxo for a variety of fertilizer, seed corn, and seed soybeans. Talkin Sports is brought to you by Munkin Dodge Chrysler Jeep Nissan in Centralia. Kaskaskia College. The future's yours at Kaskaskia College. Emin Insurance Agency in Carlisle. Farmers State Bank of Hoffman, Central City, and Hoyleton. Nordyke Funeral Home with 5 locations to serve your needs. Lee's Sports in Nashville. McKendree University in Lebanon. Country Financial Representative Marvin Gerdes in New Baden. Seaver Brothers in Carlisle. And by Becker Jewelers with locations in Breeze and Highland and always online at beckerjewelers.com. Here's the host of Talkin Sports, Rip Nottmeyer.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Talkin Sports. Rip here in the Wingman Ford studio, and here we go. A lot of baseball on the board this morning. First with McKendree Bearcats coach Danny Jackson, and then it's all for Breeze Mater Dei and Coach Travis Gepke. Plus, as always, we have a easy and travel trivia quiz on a Saturday. And today, you can sneak away with a $25 gift certificate to McGurk's Pub in Soulard. After all, it's St. Patrick's Day. What a day it is for many reasons. But we begin with Scores and Stuff, which is brought to you by Hoffman Auto. Hoffman Auto Body, located just 7 miles north of Carlisle. Is your automobile in need of a redo, a remake? You know, retread that baby. See Hoffman Auto Body. And on the H&H Computer Services guest line, one of our excellent show sponsors from Emin Insurance Agency, right smack dab in the middle of Carlisle. It's Dan Emin. Good morning to you, Dan. Welcome back.
Good morning, Rip. How are you this morning? And by the way, happy St. Patrick's Day.
Happy St. Patrick's Day to you and everybody. I used to, I don't much anymore, but wow, that's a lot of memories from, actually some of those I have to make up now, but great.
Well, it's glad you have memories from St. Patrick's Days in the past. But hey, I like the green tie you're wearing today. It looks nice on radio.
Well, I usually wear a tie. You know that, Dan, so I thought I'd go green.
Yes, I
once
do know.
a year.
Hey, but that's interesting. You got McGurk's Pub today. Man, that's a wonderful watering hole down there in Soulard. My daughter used to live down there, so we would get down there once in a while and check the cuisine. But, yeah, it's good.
Soulard's a wonderful period.
Hey, if I may,
yes, you
I'm
may.
here in foggy/sunny Aveston, Illinois at the moment.
Right.
But I want to give a shout-out real quick to my 96-year-old mother who's listening on the radio today. So anyway, hi, Mom.
Hi, Dan's mom. That's super. That is just great. Well, Dan, let's get rolling. We'll start with some high school baseball. A few games played. Valmar defeated Carlisle last night 6-3. It was Central over Centralia 3-0. Max Campworth, he went 6 2/3. Now that Dan is a quality start.
That is, and Max is a local Aveston boy, so shout out to Max. And I really didn't realize what their pitching staff was going to involve, you know, after losing Jack Streaker and stuff. But I know they got Dylan Wilson back.
He's
and
great.
I wasn't sure. I mean, Max is a nice, tall, slender guy, so I can imagine he can probably wing it pretty good.
We'll have Coach Kevin Krask on Monday night. Mater Dei was zipped by Normal U 8-2. Travis Gepke on the way. Salem was blanked by Mount Zion 6-0. On the JUCO field, it was Aldie Central 2, Kaskaskia 0. Good game there. And in softball, Valmar 9, Carlisle 5. Here's a prep basketball game. We still got a little action going on. And congratulations to Belleville Western, now 31-2, as they dumped Elgin Larkin in the 4A state tournament 64-53.
Yeah, I watched that game actually. Not the entire game,
right,
but I watched bits and pieces. And that E.J. Liddell, man, he is so smooth. You know, he opened the game with a tray, and then he blocked 7 shots last night. I watched one series of plays where Elgin Larkin had 3 shots blocked in one possession. by E.J. Liddell. It was amazing. He is a quality player.
That is shot blocking. That is fantastic.
Yes, it is.
Definitely. Well, college basketball took center stage at my house. Well, there was an option or two that I went with once in a while, but it finally happened, Dan. It had to happen at some point. I couldn't believe it hadn't happened yet, but I didn't think it'd be in this fashion. But why would you ever bet against the Retrievers? UMBC knocked off Virginia. They trounced them 74-54, a 16-1 for the first time in 136 tries.
I never thought it would happen in our lifetime. I really, honestly did not think of 16 and to get beat that. But that reminds me, I thought the biggest upset in basketball was back when I was a 7th grade point guard on our 8th grade team, and we upset Belleville Cathedral Grade School in Avon.
Well, that's in my top 10.
That was the biggest.
Yeah.
I thought that was the biggest upset, Rip. But now this one takes the cake. And to get trounced, hey, my Labrador Retriever was wearing a UMBC sweater last night for the Retrievers. Who's UVA? I've never heard of them. I know UMBC, but I don't know UVA. But that was amazing. I know Virginia lost their 6th man due to injury.
It didn't come down to that this time.
But my God, I watched. I watched a little bit of the first half, 21-21, but that second half was just amazing. And let's be honest, that 3-point line does change a lot of things in this game of basketball. But and I think the UMBC stats show they shot 50%, I think, from the 3-point line for the evening.
That could be. I know they were close to 70% period in the second half. But you
could talk for an hour and just that.
What a whopper of a win.
Historical.
And you know what, Dan? Credit Coach Tony Bennett of Virginia after the game. He made no excuses. He took it like a man, and it was great, man. They got whipped. He said, we flat got our butts whipped. What else could he say? But some guys, they turn the other way, Not him.
No, he had no excuses. He really was a quality individual. But, that Virginia team, let's look back quickly into the NCAA tourney. The last 4 or 5 years, they've gotten eliminated fairly early with some high-quality teams. So I don't know. But you just don't know on a given night.
Well,
what a historical event.
Ralph Sampson doesn't play for him anymore, so.
That's true. Yeah. Hey, back in '74, I did go to the Ralph Sampson, Virginia. I was in Philadelphia with 3 good Clinton County folk. We watched the NCAAs, and
at the Spectrum.
Ralph was playing with the Cavaliers at that time. They were in the Final Four.
Oh, yep. He was fun.
Actually,
to watch.
It was '76. That's when Indiana was undefeated with Quinn Buckner and Scott
Very
May
true.
and all those guys.
You talk about a great team, Indiana. Not just because they went undefeated either. I used to hate them, but they were incredible. Oh, this really. Yeah, punch in the gut here, Dan. Florida State beat Missouri, 67-54.
Yeah, I don't know how to take that, because I watched the first half, and then I just about said, this is ridiculous. They were down by 22 at half.
Oh, they came close.
Yeah, and
Within
then they
6.
made a run. That Robertson can fill it up from 3-point line. And he doesn't shoot the straight-up jumper. He's always, off balance when he shoots. But, they made a run, but it wasn't enough.
Well,
FSU, the Seminoles, and I know a young man in Albers that's very happy, a Florida State graduate. So
yes,
he's had him on many
that's
times,
true.
So.
Well, Porter Jr., very good player. He just now backed him. He was completely gassed late, and of course they missed Jordan Barnett. He had to sit out a game, and they were short anyway. So, but they did draw within 6 at some point in the second half, and then either Porter Jr. He committed a foul or a bad turnover or something, and the Seminoles went on a 15-0 run, and they flattened them.
Yeah.
Case
You're
closed.
Right. And then it was right after Missouri got beat. I was thinking about watching Illinois play, but then I forgot. Illinois is not in the NCAA.
We don't have a station for them anymore.
Missouri. Hey, Bruce, and Missouri was down in Nashville, so I they don't show the crowd all the time, but I was just wondering
wasn't much there.
How many Mizzou fans made the trek? It's only about 4 hours down in Nashville.
There weren't a lot of people in the stands, although the game was so late. Aren't they an hour ahead of us, Nashville?
Yes, you are correct.
I mean, it was getting a little late. I think
that was a really late night, now that you mention it.
Yeah. So here are all the winners last night real quick. Besides the one we mentioned, we had K-State, Nevada, Cincy, Xavier, Texas A&M, the defending champs, Carolina, West Virginia, Butler, Purdue, Clemson, Auburn, Syracuse, Michigan State barely, and Marshall upset Wichita State 81-75. It wasn't too many years ago. We would never consider that so much of an upset, but Wichita State has been so good now for a long stretch. But the Thundering Herd win their first ever NCAA tournament game. They're now 1-5 overall.
We are Marshall.
We are Marshall. Yes, I do.
But yeah, that was great also, and the Shockers have been good. And they're well coached, Greg Marshall. But yeah, it's one of those nights. Hey, here's a tidbit: don't pick Arizona in your brackets anymore.
Well, I had them going all the way to the championship game.
Oh my gosh!
After beating Virginia, that's the only, actually. Well, so for now, until it really gets, but 26-6, I did fine in the first round, but I lost my champion and so forth, my championship contender.
Well, I had Virginia going all the way in most of my brackets, so I was, I'm done with so many.
Purdue took a hit, Dan.
Who?
Purdue took a hit with the loss of their big guy, Isaac.
Oh my gosh, that's sad. And I do have Purdue going pretty far because I do want a Big Ten school to go far in the tournament. That is so bad. I mean, that kid's he's a good big player.
He is.
That's sad. Yeah,
he hit hard, all right. Actually, I'm surprised it doesn't happen a little more. Boy, he got drilled. No, he didn't get. He just.
He went backwards with. He was arm locked with a guy, and they just fell backwards, and he just hit that elbow in the wrong way. But he came back into the game for a brief, and after the game, I watched an interview. He said, "Hey, it's nothing. I'll be okay." And then that was before the X-rays.
You know what that means, Dan? Once again, I blew this too. Never go to a doctor; they'll find something wrong with you.
There you go. Hey, that's a good point. Hey, before I forget to talking basketball, get back to the Belleville West and stuff like that. The one thing about it is that I saw the referees last night in the Chicago Marion game against Morgan Park. Did you see any of that?
No, but I know Buzzy and Jason Rhodes, right? Buzzy Hart and Jason Rhodes?
Yes, you're exactly right.
I knew they were up there,
but they looked good on TV. They really looked fine, and Mark Parker was with them. But Jason and Randy and Mark Parker, they looked good. Hey, and one other basketball tidbit. I got to throw this out real quick.
You got it.
My nephew, Graham Emming, is the assistant coach at Chaminade Prep in St. Louis. They are playing for the Class 5 state championship at 4:30 today against Webster Groves.
Very good.
Chaminade. They were down. Chaminade in their semifinal was down 20 points at halftime to a team called Rock Ridge, who had one loss, and they came back and won by 3. I didn't see the game, obviously, but my sister kept me posted on what was going on. So good luck to the Chaminade Red Devils.
They produced several.
Okay,
hey, one more college note from me. Just get your thoughts on Paul Lusk. I mean, he knew it was coming. I mean, he knows the game of basketball and all, and I hate to see it happen, of course, but 7 years, they never finished, I don't think, never finished 500 or better, I don't believe, in the conference, and they've had a lot of, he had to win that tournament to have a chance to stay. Just didn't happen for him.
You know what? I apologize that I wasn't aware Paulie got let go. I didn't know that.
2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago now. And the thing was this year, Dan, they were picked first in the conference. They ended up in 7th place, and he's always had a little problem with maybe one guy or two, and then the injuries, and you can't get cut short on one of your best players. That happened again this year too. But Paul's an unbelievable guy and a basketball mind, and it'd be interesting to see where he goes before he gets that head coaching job again, if he wants it down the line, which he probably does.
Great young man. I've known their family, his dad real well, and his uncle Gary I've known very, very well for years. He is a quality young man, and that's sorry to hear that.
The best of Paul. Chances are we have him on usually every late March, early April, middle of April, so we'll let things settle and get back to him. I'm quite sure. The St. Louis Blues had their brief 2-game winning streak, if you can call that a streak, stopped Thursday night, lost 4-1. Now they're 5 points behind in the second wild card chase, and 2 teams are ahead of them. It ain't looking good for the Note.
No, it isn't, and that was it, a 7-game losing streak they had prior to that.
But
they went on the
awful.
road. They beat the Sharks. And then they beat the Kings, and you think, okay, maybe. And then that key game against the Avalanche, and they kind of folded and lost, 4-1 or 4-1.
They've been really 20-15 at home, and quite a few of those 20 were early in the year when they started out 13-3-1. Incidentally, it's 500 less than that since.
Yeah, I don't know exactly. I think what do you think? 11 games left, 12 games, 10 games. I don't know what's left.
Blues have 12
they got to play
left.
the Blackhawks, and that's not a gimme. Even though the Blackhawks are in the basement in the cellar. But
I know. Wow.
Yeah, I don't know about the Blues. Darn it! Everybody thought, hey, this is going to be the year.
You talk about not happening in my lifetime, Dan. This is. I thought the 16-1 deal would, but I'm not quite sure about the Blues. Come on, Blues. I love them, though, so let's go. The Cardinals beat the Marlins 4-2. Molina had a huge day, 4 out of 4 with a double, 2 home runs and 3 RBIs, and Wcxo looked good for a change. 5-hit ball over 6. It's like with most teams. Will they have enough starting pitching? And I don't think they do at the moment.
Well, let's be honest. They're 10-10 right now in the Grapefruit
Yes,
League.
they are.
And over in that Cactus League, both the Brewers and the Cubs are well over 500. Not that this means anything.
Well, it doesn't hurt. No, it's mid-March. That's late, getting towards a little bit late March. So now you got to start solidifying that lineup. And I don't know. I don't know. Like you, maybe I was disappointed in the off season. Not much activity. Ozuna, I agree. That.
That's a quality pickup, but I don't know about that pitching.
No. They should have signed Lance Lynn. If you look back at Lance Lynn's stats through the years.
I don't know. Depending on what color hair he has for each outing.
Carlos Clown,
will depend on how he pitches, I guess.
It might be really, really good. And but I hate to see him not sign Lynn. They have a lot of ifs, a lot of question marks. Jose Altuve, he gets really, really rich, 5 years and $150 million. What a remarkable player he is, though.
They should measure it dollar per inch. He's a wealthy young man. Was he 5'7"?
5'6". Like they actually list him at 5'6", so he's probably 5'4", about like Freddie Patek, 5'5", 5'4".
That's right.
He packs a punch, though.
He's a fun guy. He gives it his all, and if anybody deserves it, he does. I mean, he pretty well took that team to the World Series and the championship last year with obviously quality help. But they got a good club. I'm glad they're in American League now.
That's a fun club to watch. It really is. Boy, it was musical chairs among quarterbacks in the NFL. You got Keenum, you got Cousins, Bridgewater, and then there's Sam Bradford too. He agrees to a 1-year, $20 million deal, 15 guaranteed with the Arizona Cardinals, the Desert Rats. So that you can't tell me there's not a shortage of quarterbacks in the National Football League.
No, and it's interesting. He was doing very well with the Vikings.
Well, he was, but
those how about the dog pound? Where are the Browns going to end up? They've made some quality picks.
I think they've already made the Super Bowl, Dan.
All right. And the Rams are improving their defense. Not that I don't want to talk about them, but they have improved their defense. And they had a good defense to begin with. But let's go back to the quarterback discussion. That's more fun.
Last year, incidentally, one side note on Bradford. You could go all the way through. I've got listings of monies and but I'll just cut it down to this because of time. Last season with the Vikes in limited duty, he made $5,876 per passing yard and $1 million per touchdown pass. You ought to see the whole story on this write-up. It's unbelievable.
That is an interesting way to put it in perspective, if you may.
Good guy, boy. But come on. In golf, Henrik Stenson and Bryson DeChambeau lead the Arnold Palmer Invitational. Let's see. Eldrick. Oh, my gosh. He must have had a bad day. He's tied for 17th. Oh. This is depressing. I wish I hadn't read this.
Talking golf, come on, let's be honest. I watched a little bit last week with Tiger playing.
He's doing well.
That crowd, the gallery was humongous. Let's be honest. Without Tiger, a lot of people just don't take an interest in golf.
That's sad for golf, though, isn't it? If he doesn't play and play well, nobody cares.
Yeah,
doesn't say much about the sport.
They
have a lot of great young players.
They do.
Follow them.
There's some good up and coming guys.
Sidney Clanton leads the Bank of Hope Founders Cup. The older guys, Daniel, they have paused. And the NASCAR gang collects at the Auto Club Speedway tomorrow. Any parting note? I know it's a big week coming up for the city of Aveston again with money possibly floating around, right?
Well, yeah, the sales for that beautiful Queen of Hearts will start up again. I think it's March 28th, I think.
Yes, the sales start. That's right.
Again. So, yeah, this town will grow from 2,300 to 20,300 or whatever it is. It's crazy, isn't it? But come
tailgate parties,
excuse me?
Tailgate parties.
Oh, there is, and I'm not going to give away where we spend our time block away from the Legion, but we have some some VIP parking, if you may.
I'll take one of those.
Yeah, it's a fun event, and the American Legion does a great job with the funds they're taking in. They disperse a lot of them to charities and needy nonprofit organizations. That's all good.
That's very
all
good.
Yeah.
Dan, we could go for hours, but we've got to part ways.
My friend.
Thanks a bunch.
Yeah, and again, happy St. Pat's, and have some green beer on me, and we'll talk again.
No, I never touched the green stuff, but
okay.
I just
not a problem, my friend.
Yeah.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Green tie only, Dan.
Yep.
Okay. See ya. Thank you.
Take
that
care.
is the illustrious, I believe that's Dan Emming on Scores and Stuff. All of that was brought to you by Hoffman Auto Body, located just 7 miles north of Carlisle. When your car or truck, whatever the case, needs major or minor repairs, see Hoffman Auto Body. Get down there soon if you got a problem. We have Danny Jackson and Travis Gepke in the trivia segment all ahead. Stay with us. Farmers State Bank is dedicated to the communities they serve. They've been making home loans for over 100 years. They are and will continue to be a strong, steady, common-sense leader that's always focused on what's best for you and the community. And remember, Farmers State Bank has loan professionals standing by to assist you in making the right decision for your needs. That's Farmers State Bank of Hoffman, Central City, and Hoyleton. An equal housing lender, member FDIC, NMLS number 404955.
As a business owner, you know that every year brings new challenges and opportunities. The success of your business demands expertise and focus, and Country Financial can help you keep that focus by helping ensure you have the right insurance protection in place to meet your goals. Marvin Gertis, your Country Financial representative in New Baden, can help you create a customized insurance plan that has coverages designed just for your business. Call Marvin Gertis today, 588-7112. Coverages may vary by state. Policies issued by Country Mutual Insurance Company, Bloomington.
When's the last time you had your eyes checked? Schedule an eye exam today at Breeze Family Vision Center or Lebanon Optometric Center. I'm Dr. Claire Thorpe-Klinsky, and if it's been more than a year, you might need a new prescription. If you use a computer regularly or are suffering from allergies, those both can be causes of eye strain or fatigue. Schedule a complete eye health exam today to find out if your eyes are healthy. We may be able to detect glaucoma and other eye diseases early. At Breeze Family Vision and Lebanon Optometric Center, we examine more than just your vision.
If you're looking for Nissan quality, be sure to check out what Munkin Dodge Chrysler, Jeep, Nissan, and Centralia has to offer. Munkin's has the entire field covered with a great lineup of Nissans, including Maximas, Altimas, and Sentras, SUVs and crossovers, and Titan and Frontier trucks. And you can relax when you shop Munkin's because you know you're getting the better deal every time, along with terrific service after the sale. For your Nissan, log on to Munkin1.com, or better yet, visit Munkin Dodge Chrysler, Jeep, Nissan in person, Route 161 West in Centralia.
Welcome to our music warehouse. Lucky you're not the one who has to refile all these CDs. Playing everything.
You've got Max 96.7.
Hello again, everybody. Rip here in the Weedman Ford studio on this Saturday. Yes, I did. I still do, have Purdue winning it all. Might have taken a smack there last night. Here we go. Let's catch up with the H&H Computer Services guest line for McHenry Bearcats baseball coach Danny Jackson. Danny, welcome back.
Rip, thanks for having me.
Yeah, I know you were originally set to play a twin bill today, but you slotted those games Thursday. You drew Missouri S&T for a twin bill.
Yeah, we looked at the weather on Wednesday morning, and at the time it was freezing rain today, and rain. Obviously, that's not happening, but we were able to get the two games in Thursday, and it looks like a beautiful day for two tomorrow. So we're ready to get back out there and get going.
That sounds good. S&T did beat you twice. Second one, really good contest. You lost 4-2, and Central grad Jack Streaker sparkled on the hill.
Jack did a phenomenal job. He was reaching his pitch count as he got towards the sixth inning. He came in and said, "Coach, I want the ball." I said, "You got it, man."
Love it.
And I thought he did a fantastic job the entire game, and even in the seventh, I think there were a couple pitches that he might have made that he didn't get, but you know what? He battled the whole time, and that's all you can ask. And we just couldn't pull it out, even though we had a chance in the bottom of the seventh with runners on second and third to tie it. We just couldn't get that big hit. So, we've been in a lot of ball games this year. We're just still trying to find a way to get a few of those in our back pocket.
That was by far his best appearance of the season, though, wasn't it? He just gave up 3 hits, walked 3, he struck out 5 and 6 in the third. You'll take that every time and more.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. If he wants to do that every weekend, I'd be fine with that.
Yeah, okay. You had 2 or 3 guys still sting the ball pretty good, and at least one, was it Andrew Wright, who had a really nice day?
Wright had a big day. He's been swinging the bat a lot better. You know, something that doesn't always show in the box score is the amount of quality at bats he's had this year, and he's one of the top 5 guys on our team, and now it's finally starting to come through, and, you know, his batting average and runs driven in, things like that. But he's been consistently taking quality at bats all year, and it was good to see him finally start to find some gaps.
Had 2 bombs from 2 different players, too.
Yeah, you know, Levi Brenning's been consistently stinging the ball all year. He's a strong kid. He really puts a charge into one. And then Drew Rich, who originally went to college to be a pitcher, you know, was out of baseball for a year and then back with us as a position player this year. First college home run, drove the ball to right center field as a right-hander over the monster. You know,
Great.
You got to love that.
Yeah. And I'm checking out he leads in a lot of categories. 368 average, 6 doubles, a triple, 4 round trippers, 18 RBIs. Impressive.
Yeah, he's also one of our best arms. He's a great player. I think he's got you know, even bigger potential, you know, to go on past here and to continue to play. But
very good.
He's done a really, really nice job for us, and, you know, I see him continuing to just build off what he's already done.
Your Bearcats are 4-13 right now. That includes that mid-February jaunt to Mississippi, and they always have that head start on you.
Yeah, you know what? They're a really, really good ball team.
I bet.
I think they're 15-3 now, and then 4th in their region. You know, we had a chance to come back and win the first game. We had bases loaded with 1 out in the top of the 9th, and we hit a line drive up the middle. The second baseman catches it, steps on the bag, and the game's over just like that. So, you know, I think that game kind of took the wind out of our sails a little bit, and they put it on us the next 2 games, and we kind of spent that weekend and next weekend just searching for who we are, and then we played a lot better ball at Quincy. You know, we played them tough every game, and they're the number 14 team in the country, and we ended up taking the last game in 10 innings. So, you know, we're starting to play better. We're just searching to put it all together right now. That's the key.
So Quincy is number 14. Of course, Matt Hilmes from Carlisle is on that club there. And you obviously want to get better, post more victories and so forth, especially really soon because the Great Lakes Valley Conference season is on the doorstep.
Start next week. We're at Bellarmine in Louisville next week to open up conference play, and you know, we can't wait to get going there because it's a fresh start. You know, I think really we're just kind of still searching for our identity as a team, and you know, I can't say enough about how hard these guys work. Great group of kids. I love them. They battle their butts off. I just hope that tomorrow we come out and play like kids. That's the goal.
Yes,
to remember why we play this game, to come out loose, have some fun, and when they do that, they're going to start seeing the results that they want.
You want to climb those that chart from last season, of course. And who do you think, or do you have an idea who the league favorites might be? Who won the conference last year, Danny?
Our division, Southern Indiana,
okay.
They finished first. I mean, our division's tough. I think Southern Indy's good. Indianapolis is off to a good start. I think they're all the way up to number 9 or 10 now in the country. They always start off hot. Illinois Springfield's a good club. They returned most of their team from last year, and Bellarmine's tough. So there's no easy weekend, but I think this first 5 weeks we faced a lot of adversity that's got us prepared to go into conference play.
How many players are gone from a season ago, or at least roughly? I can't remember if you had too many seniors, so you tell us.
We had 18 guys. 18 guys graduate.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, so, yeah, we only have 15 returning players from last year's group, so it's a really new group. We've got 45 total guys with our varsity and JV, and we're still just kind of learning how to play together right now.
Wow, so I was way off, and a lot of recruits were brought in. Then any transfers or any from the JUCO scene?
Yeah, we had quite a few from the JUCO. I'd say it's about a 50-50 split. We had about, I have to say, 14 to 15 JUCO guys and about the same amount of high school kids coming in. So it was a huge class, a really good class. Like I said, I love these guys, love what they're doing. we're just looking to put it all together in between the lines now.
This year it looks like just 7 seniors dot your roster, and you have 3 locals. Logan Zachary from Carlisle, he's had those injury problems. Jack Streaker again, and Lucas Dymeke, who's belted the ball pretty good.
That's right. Yeah, Lucas has been swinging the bat well. Trying to get him some more ABs. Andrew Wright's done a phenomenal job defensively at first, so he's a little bit ahead of him there. But Lucas continues to be a phenomenal teammate, and he's doing what he needs to do just to get more ABs. So we're going to keep finding him opportunities, and Jack's been great on the mound. And Logan Zachary's velocity is back to where it needs to be. He's a staple in our bullpen, a guy that we're going to give the ball to when we got a lead and it gets later in the game. And, he showed at Quincy he could do that. He went 2 scoreless innings there and absolutely dominated. So he's a big part of our bullpen right now.
Yeah, I was wondering how his health was. He's had some it's the worst thing can happen for a pitcher, of course, something going wrong with that arm, elbow, whatever the case may be. And he's a senior already, isn't he?
Well, yeah, I think technically he's got another year left.
Really? Okay.
Because of the red shirt.
Yeah,
because of the red shirt year. So.
Okay, he's listed.
Yeah,
so good.
And he's healthy, so like I said, we're expecting him to continue his role and be a guy out of the bullpen that we trust with the ball.
Who are you figuring on having in your starting rotation along with Jack then?
Nick Young started every game 1 for us, and up until Thursday, he's been absolutely phenomenal. His outings have been really, really good. We just haven't got him the run support he needed until last week at William Jewell. I think he carried a no-hitter into the 6th inning. So he's been really, really good.
Good career period.
Yeah.
Good.
And then Levi Brenning will start tomorrow for us, one of the games, and then Evan Spears, a young guy who's kind of thrown out of the bullpen for us for the first part of the year, but he's just been dominant, so we're going to give him a shot at starting one of the games tomorrow as well. And
the regular lineup through this stage, Danny, a lot of shuffling, or are you pretty set?
We've got a couple positions that still are open that guys are competing for. We're just looking for some consistency out of them. Matt Klosterman's done a phenomenal job playing shortstop. He's a Belleville kid, went to Swick. He's played lights out. He's played phenomenal shortstop. He's hit either leadoff or third for us. He's been fantastic. Senior Jeff Wetzler playing the middle infield has been a big spark. He spent the last about week and a half, 2 weeks injured though, but it was nice to get him back the other day. Luke Johnson's starting to hit the ball like he's capable of. So that's been good to see. And we've got 2 kids catching, 2 young guys, Austin Francis from Dupo and Connor McCormick, who I think are doing an absolutely phenomenal job handling the pitching staff. And they're very, very capable offensively, and I think they're just around the corner from of starting to erupt at the plate. But I can't say enough about what those 2 guys have done behind the plate for us.
Klosterman is bashing the ball. Hey, Danny, how's Hype Field looked in the outset here?
It's looking better. We've got a new windscreen up from left to right center, and then we'll finish it hopefully soon. It's been a little too wet to get the boom trucks out there to put the new windscreen up on the ball fence, but hopefully over the next week or 2 before we start our first home conference series, we'll have that up. And the infield's in good shape. We got quite a bit of snow on Sunday, and we were able to play on Wednesday, so that was nice. It's getting there. We're happy with the improvement, but we still want to get it better.
And is this the 2nd or 3rd year, Danny? I forgot already. As coach.
Yeah, 2nd year.
Okay, number 2. And you've got some assistants back again. I know one for sure, at least in Chase Green. He's got that famous brother with the Yankees there, Chad, doesn't he?
Yeah, Chase actually left us a couple weeks ago. Yeah, he had an opportunity outside of baseball that was just too good for his family and him to pass up, a chance for him to move back home. So, we're happy for Chase. We obviously miss him, but Marshall Vallanningham, a Mascoutah kid, went to Illinois State, Swick, and he's helped us out. He's been doing a phenomenal job. And then at the end of the year, we'll hire a new assistant to kind of help us out with the recruiting. Okay,
yeah, I've heard of Marshall. He's a good one. So, all right, Danny, appreciate the early visit here. We'll keep you in mind, definitely. We'll touch base with you. And why don't you swipe a pair tomorrow?
That sounds like a plan. I appreciate it, Rip.
All right. Hey, I've got a lot of plans, so hopefully they work out better for you. So appreciate it. We'll catch you later.
Have a good one.
Danny Jackson of the Mac Baseball Bearcats. We're not done. No, not by a long shot. We've got a lot to go, and we're going to play some trivia after this. And then we have Travis Gepke, maybe on his way en route to he is en route to Effingham St. Anthony. So we'll dust it off and come on back for trivia right after these. McKendree University is a great place to continue your sports career. It's also a great place to continue your education. McKendree offers a wide range of degrees, including master's degrees in business, nursing, education, and professional counseling. If you'd like, you can access McKendree's quality education through the flexibility of online degrees. To learn more about McKendree, log on to McKendreeOnline.com or call 1-800-BEARCAT. McKendree University is ready when you are.
Hello, everyone. This is Tom Michael, and we're talking hoops on Max 96.7.
Seaver Brothers has what you're looking for. Take a spin with Seaver Brothers and drive home in your new or pre-owned Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, or Dodge truck today. Let Seaver Brothers give you the car buying experience that no other dealership can offer. Seaver Brothers stands behind their products and also has an outstanding service department with qualified technicians to keep your vehicles running strong. Stop by Seaver Brothers, 811 Washington Street in Carlisle, or call 594-2624 for your next Seaver Brothers sales associate.
Southern Bus and Mobility is your Bronability dealer in Breeze. Southern Bus and Mobility stocks the most popular wheelchair-accessible vans from Bronability, including lowered-floor minivans with side or rear entry ramps. In addition to personal wheelchair vans, Southern Bus and Mobility has a huge line of commercial buses, school buses, and mobility products to buy or rent. They also sell and can install wheelchair scooter lifts, hand controls, and special turning seats. Call 526-4131. Stop by east of Breeze on Old Route 50 or southernbusandmobility.com.
We tell you our music library contains an embarrassment of riches. Except nothing embarrasses us. Playing everything.
This is Max 96.7.
Hello again, everybody. Welcome back to Talkin' Sports. We're in the Weigman Ford studio. Before we click on trivia, in major college basketball on the women's front, Kansas State upended St. Louis U, and that means the season is over for Paige Rockers and Kendra Wilkin. As a matter of fact, the collegiate career is over for Paige Rockers. I'm sure she'll step into Talking Sports again. We had Kendra on earlier. Paige went scoreless last night, but that's the old outlier thing, man. She ended up having a really good season, started a lot of games. Kendra knocked down 3 points last night. Another one of our regulars from the major side is Tyra Buss from Mount Carmel, and her Hoosiers won in NIT play 74-50 over UT Martin. I know just recently Tori Corman came back from the NAIA tournament, national tournament out in Montana, and there's a lot of those levels we can't, but that's a quick wrap on. And Tori, we pretty much closed out her stint in college maybe 3-4 weeks ago, and we had her aboard Talking Sports. Here's trivia.
It's time for the EZN Travel Trivia Quiz on Talkin' Sports. Escape to paradise with EZN Travel in Breeze. Call 526-2201.
The Retrievers from UMBC. Come on, who had them? Nobody, right? Nobody had them. Let's go to trivia. Our number is 594-2576, 594-2576. That time check, 9:39. It's brought to you by Breeze Furniture, Jan's Uniforms. Now, let's get back to trivia. You are eligible to play unless you're someone in your household is one of the last 8 weeks. And number 2, you cannot be affiliated with or related to anyone here at Max 96.7 or EZN Travel. Today, since it's St. Patrick's Day, and it's time to go Irish. And on that note, we go to one of the very top Irish pubs and probably in the country, John D. McGurk's Irish Pub and Garden in St. Louis. It's celebrating its 40th year in Soulard. Not bad. I've got a $25 gift certificate to give away. It's actually courtesy of me. It's courtesy of Talking Sports. I don't know why but they didn't. That's all right. I had to go with Irish. I had to go with something Irish today, so I'm picking up the tab. You need to pick up the prize within 30 if you are the winner. Here's our question at 594-2576, 594-2576. It's on NCAA basketball tournament history, and it will be over the next 2 or 3 weeks. Pay attention. Which team has made the most three-pointers in an NCAA tournament game? Loyola Marymount Lions, the St. Joseph's Hawks, or North Carolina Tar Heels? Which team has canned the most trays in a single NC2A game? Loyola Marymount, St. Joe's, or Carolina, give us a holler at 594-2576. You can enjoy some quality time at McGurk's Irish Pub in St. Louis.
Nordyke Funeral Home is thinking about your future and offers secure, pre-planned funeral arrangements, relieving the emotional burden for those you love, allowing you to express your own wishes, and assures peace of mind with financial concerns when your family needs it the most. Nordyke Funeral Home has 5 locations in Albers, Aveston, Breeze, New Baden, and now Carlisle. Visit NordykeFuneralHome.com or call 588-3533. Striving to earn your family's confidence and trust, Nordyke Funeral Home with 5 locations.
If it has been a long time since you've been to the dentist, you need to know you're not alone. For some, past experiences make it impossible to pick up the phone and call. Others are embarrassed because it has been so long. Hi, I'm Dr. Casey Santel, a general dentist from Breeze, Illinois, who sedates patients with pills. I believe in listening to our patients and finding workable solutions to problems they have without making them feel guilty or putting them down. Please call me, Dr. Casey Santel, at Breeze Dental Care at 526-2020 to schedule an appointment where sedation dentistry is an option for you to take care of your teeth without anxiety.
Are you looking for a happy dental home? Dr. Draghi and Dr. Santel are in-network providers with many insurance companies and have what you are looking for. New patients welcome and most emergencies seen immediately. Get back on the right track to good dental health with Breeze Dental Care. Call 526-2020. That's 526-2020.
If you're an athlete, coach, official, or fan, you need Lee Sports in Nashville. Lee Sports has it all for teams and individuals. From uniforms, shoes and equipment, to coaches apparel and officials gear. And Lee Sports carries name brands like Under Armour, Mizuno, Rawlings, and Adidas. Lee Sports also stocks a complete line of spirit wear and offers screen printing and custom embroidery, plus trophies, awards, and personalized items. Lee Sports in Nashville, your complete sporting goods headquarters.
I'd like to start a campaign to blow the buttons off people's radios. Is that realistic?
This is Max 96.7.
Welcome back, sports fans. Or if you're just joining us, I'm sorry you missed it. But that's all right. We want you here at any time you can make it. Okay, we have a winner, and all the calls may still be coming in. We always get good participation rate, which is fantastic. Here we go with the question and the answer, and so much more. Which team has made the most trifectas in a single NCAA tournament game? Is it Loyola Marymount, St. Joseph's, or North Carolina? It's Loyola Marymount. The Lions booked 21 triples against Michigan in a 1990 tournament tilt. I remember it well. They won that second round game 149-115. They tallied 84 second half points. Bo Kimball scored 37 points in 37 minutes of court time. Jeff Fryer buried 11 threes. Coach Paul Westhead's squad, get this, they still record 122 points per game that season. And that was, they went to the elite. They haven't been back since. That 89-90 team also was marred by tragedy. Their star player, Hank Gathers, he collapsed and died during the team's second round game of the West Coast Conference tournament due to a heart condition, and Bo Kimball paid tribute to him. It's a long, check it out, Google it, whatever. But the answer is Loyola Marymount, the Lions, and our winner this morning, Ken Hazelhorst from Aveston. He's going to pack away a $25 gift certificate to McGurk's Irish Pub and Garden in St. Louis. I just saw Ken at Frank's Corner Kitchen Thursday, but there's no collusion or anything, but I did just see him over there. But congratulations to Ken. He's our champ on St. Patty's Day. Travis Gepke is our champion guest after this break. Need insurance? Insurance you can really count on? If so, turn to Dan Imming at Imming Insurance Agency in Carlisle. Dan and his staff will provide you with the insurance coverage and service you deserve. Whether it's auto, home, life, health, or commercial, your choices aren't limited either. Imming Insurance Agency represents many outstanding companies, so get covered by the best. Call Imming Insurance Agency at 594-4536 or stop by 589 9th Street in Carlisle. Imming Insurance Agency, a proud supporter of Clinton County sports.
Companies are hiring again. That's good news. Bad news, you don't have the skills they're looking for. Kaskaskia College can fix that. KC's welding technology program can set you up with the skills industries are looking for. More good news, classes are available at KC's Trenton Center or Crisp Technology Center. Call Sean Morris at 545-3406. The demand is there, the pay is there. Where are you? Kaskaskia College, your future starts here.
Good times are waiting at Brett's Wildlife Lodge and Winery, just north of Carlisle on Route 127. There's no better place to see live music than the Brett's Outdoor Stage, hosting bands every weekend. The kitchen at Brett's opens at 3 on Monday and Tuesday. They open for lunch at 11 Wednesday through Friday, and they have breakfast Saturday and Sunday starting at 8, with dinner available daily. Brett's Wildlife Lodge and Winery is a great spot for a meeting, a party, a get-together, or just to grab a bite to eat. Call 594-8830 or go to wildlifelodgeandwinery.com.
Hi, this is Dr. Matt Palm, chiropractor for MedPlus Physical Medicine in Carlisle. Here at MedPlus, we pride ourselves on offering many health services all in one convenient place. Whether it is our medical providers using state-of-the-art treatments for back pain or knee arthritis, our physical therapists and chiropractors safely and conservatively treating your musculoskeletal conditions, or our massage therapists melting our aches and stress away. We want to be your local choice for musculoskeletal pain. Please stop by MedPlus Physical Medicine in Carlisle or visit us on our website at medplusplus.com.
Flying in the face of conventional wisdom.
There's no rules and no laws and lots of litter.
Every day.
This is Max 96.7.
We have returned for the all-important wrap. This is Rip in the Weigman Ford studio, and he's on the move. We're going to try and catch up with him. They're loaded up en route to Effingham. On the H&H Computer Services guest line is Mater Dei Knights baseball coach Travis Gepke. Travis, welcome back.
Hey, top of the morning to you.
Top of the morning to you. Happy St. Pat's Day.
Happy St. Patty's Day.
All right. You're looking to play games 3 and 4 of the year today, right? Up at Effingham St. Anthony. Does that sound right?
Yeah, well,
or
game
one?
3. We're playing one varsity game and then a JV game to follow.
Okay.
So, yeah, we this has been scaled back to one varsity game and one JV game.
Okay,
so,
kind of like split, almost like split squad games in exhibition season.
Yeah, like a spring training split squad. Yes.
Okay, you have played two games are underneath the belts, and you're 0-2 so far. Normal U High defeated your Knights 8-2 yesterday. I know the fourth spot in the third really put a dent in your chances there.
Yeah, yesterday we honestly spoiled a great pitching day by our team. Both Blake Sellers and Logan Johnson both threw tremendously, and we just flat out didn't field the ball, didn't throw the ball very well, ran the bases poorly, and other than the fact that our two pitchers that threw yesterday were phenomenal, we really didn't play very good baseball yesterday, and it was upsetting and frustrating, and the guys knew that. So today's important, and see how we respond to yesterday.
But not to make excuses, and I'm not sure we'll find out about game 1, but it's tough to play good defense early in the season when you're hardly ever out on the diamond.
It is, and we've had a lot of issues as far as finding places to practice and stuff at school, and but nonetheless, excuses there's no excuse. It's simple fundamental stuff where you got to catch the ball, you got to throw the ball. It's kind of reminded me of the sequence in the movie Bull Durham where the coach is in the locker room. You got to catch the ball. We don't have the lollygagging, but we just flat out did not play good defense. And when you're dropping fly balls and throwing away ground balls and dropping plays, when you're looking to cut down runners and minimize number of bases that the other team's scoring, you're going to struggle to win.
No,
it's a hard enough game without giving things away.
Right. Your players are in a no lollygagging zone. I can guarantee you that with Coach Gepke at the helm. So, did you play a little cleaner in the opening game actually on D?
Yeah, I mean, for our first game of the year, we were cleaner. We had kind of the one hiccup inning where they hung a 5 spot on us. We got out to an early lead, 2-0. They came back and got one back in the following inning, type of thing. But again, we make 2 errors and it leads to 2 runs, and then got into a little funk where we couldn't throw strikes, where we were pitching behind. Before you know it, it's hit a batter, a couple walks, and a grand slam, and you go from being up 2-1 to down 6-2 in the blink of an eye.
The grand slam, huh?
It was kind of in that 7-inning game, I thought we really competed and we're kind of locked into what we knew we had to do for 4, maybe 5 of the 7 innings. And the fact is, when you're playing top competition and playing good teams, you gotta be there for every inning of every game.
Sure do.
No ands, ifs, or buts. It's just got to be, you got to be clean that way.
Right now, 0 for normal and O'Fallon, but lots on the schedule ahead. And I suppose you had almost 2.5 weeks of practice before that opener against Normal U.
Yeah, we had about 2.5 weeks. We went, we've been going 6 days a week, so the practice time's been there. Of all of our practices, I would say every one. We had one where it was just kind of a lethargic, energy was down type practice, but the overwhelming majority have been good, high energy practices where we've left there with a good feeling, like, okay, we're in a good spot. We're ready. And to come out, and the second game was, to me personally, more disappointing than the first, just because it really wasn't good from the very start. We had big base running mistake in the first inning that kind of set the tone for the day, and we never really got anything going after that. And like I said, when you don't field it, and the hitting wise, we kind of understand where that kind of develops through the season, but defensively, you got to field it from the start, and that's that.
Yeah, even with hitting in the cage, I don't care, especially in the cage inside, that just doesn't do it for me. You got to get those repetitions in game conditions.
Right, you got to simulate the game stuff to the best of your ability, and we've actually been very lucky. We've been, we've kind of fought the elements like everybody has, but we've kind of said, we know it's cold, we're going outside because this is what we're going to play in. And, we've gotten a ton of live at-bats here before we started our games. So not quite where we need to be, where we have to be honest with you, offensively. We've had some cases where the approach and philosophy we work on in practice hasn't translated into the game in terms of, I don't know if it's kind of a, early year jitters or what the case may be, but we've, struggled to translate the philosophy and approach into our in-game at bats. So that's just something we talked about after the game. We gotta be better. We gotta be better at it. We've got to get things where they need to be. And we really simplified some things after the game yesterday just to kind of get us back off our heels a little bit and a little more comfortable. So we think kind of simplifying it down here today and, for the next few games, maybe just to get guys a little more settled in, will have us where we need to be.
I like that. That's very good. And all of that and more info can be found in the Travis Manifesto.
Yeah. It's mostly a picture book.
That's why I like it. Yeah. I don't buy it for the articles. So,
yeah.
Hey, let's slip back to 17 a little bit. You hovered around that 500 mark, and how many went via graduation?
Well, we had 9 seniors, I believe, graduate.
Did you?
We've got 4 this year. So senior-wise, we're down a little bit. But at the same time, at the end of the year last year, we had quite a few last year sophomores playing in the hopes of getting ready for this year to get a good 2-year run out of them for this year and next. So we may be somewhat young, in terms of the senior upperclassmen, elder statesman standpoint, but at the same time, we don't lack experience. So that's not something that we can say is the issue. It's got to be, it's got to be us. We got to do it.
You're losing, or you did lose 2 real nice pitchers, in Nolan Rubin and who's the other one? Was it Witten?
Yes, both Rubin and Witten graduated last year. Both went on to collegiate levels. Nolan's over at Kaskaskia. He did suffer a knee injury, so I am certain he's not going to be playing this year. He had a pretty bad knee injury. And then Lucas Witten's up at Greenville, yes.
Okay, very good.
At Greenville University.
Right, up there. So, but you still have some nice arms available in the regular lineup. It's going to start racking up those hits as we go along, too, I'm sure.
Yeah, I hope so. It's kind of the old baseball cliche. When the weather warms up, the bats do, too. So, not a big cliche guy, but at this point, I'll take it.
And the starting lineup, mainly? Depending on who's on the mound, of course.
Yeah, depending on who's on the mound. First 2 games, we've led off with Brett Guess, of course. He's been in the outfield. Second has been Kyle Petermeyer. He has hit second while pitching and while playing third in the first 2 games. 3-hitter has been Dennis Trickey, who's been catcher or third base. Through 2 games, we've had 2 different 4-hitters. Game 1 was Drew Dant. Game 2 was Caden Shookman. Drew plays outfield, and he's going to pitch a little today as well.
Good.
Caden Shookman is our shortstop. 6, 7, 8 has kind of been a mix here in the early going. Grant Muntan has DH'd. Zach Napavanis has kind of held down center field. Craig Ordle Jr. has been at first base, got the majority of at-bats thus far out of the first base spot. And then Stephen Lipsky, senior second baseman, has been in the 9 spot, playing second here in the early going.
It's going to produce. Napavanis, do you make out the lineup? Do you physically write it in the scorebook? But you can't spell that, can you, Travis?
That's why he's just known as Napo. Simple. See, I told you about simple there.
Very good.
NAPO. Now I got it down.
I didn't get to that chapter in the manifesto yet. So okay. Hey, your schedule is stacked. You meet the usuals, including Central. You don't play them at GCS anymore, but Carlisle and others from the Cahokia Conference and more. So you're going to get a good diet of quality competition.
Yeah, we got to play quality to get us where we need to be towards when the regional gets here. The biggest downfall in baseball to me, in terms of not being in a conference, is that when you play everybody, you don't get to see the best pitchers. You don't get to see their best all the time, and I feel like that's kind of hampered us in terms of preparing for the regional in the past. So that's why we're trying to load up and add as many quality programs who it may not be their best. We at least know we're going to get good pitching. We're going to face good pitching. So
sometimes you get messed up at the end of the season too because of rainouts, and they have to get their league games in, which is understandable.
Yeah, the old conference bumps. That's a tough pill that unfortunately we have to swallow. And basically, all we can do is hope for no rain. And in the event we get bumped, reach out to anybody who is open and willing and wanting to play to get pick up some games. So.
It'll work. Now, are you in 2A or 3A or 6A, or how's that work this year, Travis?
We're 2 yet.
You're in 2?
Okay. Yes, sir.
I can't keep track of that stuff. But
yeah,
and who's helping you out as far as on the coaching staff?
Coaching staff, pitching coach this year is Blake Haig.
Very good.
Made the jump from our JV program last year, and Chad Klein.
Chad Klein
Chad
as well.
Klein is another varsity assistant. Handles a lot of the hitting and infield work, as well as a variety of other things. And they've both done a tremendous job. They handled about 95% or better of our off-season workouts. With basketball going on, I wasn't as available for that stuff, but they did a great job of kind of organizing and leading that. And there's no excuses for us. We got to flat out get it done because. I don't think we can honestly be more prepared. So,
as everybody is, incidentally, on a side note, Travis, I know you were very proud of Trevor Richards, and of course, Josh Tolley still toiling. Most of the other remnants have kind of left right now, pro ball from our very near area. But Trevor, I haven't looked lately, but as far as I know he was invited to the big league camp and got some work on the side at least.
Yeah, he got invited to big league camp. I have been able to check out a couple of his appearances in big league spring training games, so that was cool. I know. So
now, did he pitch in the exhibition season?
Yeah, he has pitched in actual exhibition games. He's wearing number 88, and saw him throw a game against
Cardinals.
It was the Orioles and the Cardinals. Yes.
All right, because I haven't caught it, and I haven't looked at their site, but I just haven't heard his name mentioned. In fact, they play the Cardinals about every other day, so that's fantastic. And then Josh is with the D-backs yet, and be interesting to see how that goes for Josh too. But that's great. Hey, one more question, Travis. Are you driving the bus or?
I am sitting right behind our wonderful bus driver, Brian Gonzalez, who is always taking care of us here at Mater Dei. I don't know what we would do without him.
Well, you'd be driving if it wasn't for him.
Well,
see, our coach used to drive here many years ago. Don Taylor, who is a just a fabulous coach, and he took us to the games. He coached, and he took us back. And Tip Taylor, God rest his soul, he just passed away maybe 4 or 5 months ago. But
wow.
I just had a little flashback there. If you have a career like him, Travis, you're going to be doing everybody proud.
I hope I can get some longevity, that's for sure, because some days I wonder.
Day by day. Just take it day by day.
That's right.
Happy St. Patty's Day.
Hey, you have a good one.
All right. We'll be back at you. That is Travis Gepke. Thanks to him, and thankfully he's not driving. Danny Jackson also joined us, as did Dan Emming, our trivia winner. He gets the big bash ticket to McGurk's. Ken Hazelhorst out of Aveston. He corralled a $25 gift certificate to be an Irishman for a day or two. Is Hazelhorst? He may be. Yeah, I think so. Monday, we'll talk baseball with Central coach Kevin Krask, softball with KC Blue Angels coach Torrey Corral, and James Bainey will join us for a round of scores and stuff. The hour has flown by again. We'll see you Monday night between 6 and 7. We'll talk sports, real sports talk on Max 96.7 WCXO.
Talkin' Sports on Max 96.7 was powered by Mako Elevator in Centralia. See Mako for a variety of fertilizer, seed corn, and seed soybeans. Talkin' Sports was brought to you by Munkin Dodge Chrysler Jeep Nissan in Centralia. Kaskaskia College. The future's yours at Kaskaskia College. Emming Insurance Agency in Carlisle. Farmers State Bank of Hoffman, Central City, and Hoyleton. Nordike Funeral Home with 5 locations to serve your needs. Lee's Sports in Nashville. McKendree University in Lebanon. Country Financial Representative Marvin Gerdes in New Baden. Seaver Brothers in Carlisle. And by Becker Jewelers with locations in Breeze and Highland, and always online at beckerjewelers.com. Thank you for joining us for this WCXO sports presentation of Talkin' Sports on Max 96.7. This broadcast was a presentation of WCXO Sports.